Hello everyone on YouTube and welcome to a new 3D Artcore tutorial. Now this time I know I didn't made a tutorial for a long time. I mean a full tutorial about how to model some object, and yeah, I wasn't that busy, but I had things in mind and it was kinda, I don't know, I needed this time just to take a break from creating tutorials, and I thought that it will be a good idea maybe to create a new one and let you challenge yourself by creating something a little bit more special than the other models. So what we are going to do, as you see here, there are two reference pictures, side view and front view of a SentryGun. Now this SentryGun, if you not that playing games, which I do, is from the game Team Fortress 2. Okay, now I'm playing it for 3 weeks I think, and I kinda love this game. It's a pretty nice game, and has many features and stuff like that maybe it can give you some ideas and something to work with. And so this is what we are going to learn to create. This is a SentryGun, which helps to kill a lot in the game. So without any further to say, let's begin. So let's open Maya. Okay, I'm gonna start a new scene because I had some minor issue here. And for those who just came here to this channel and they have no sense of idea how these tutorials are going to work, basically what I do, I always try to at least announce the keys that I'm using. Okay, so the only thing that requires from you is to at least know how to move in the scene, which is pretty easy. You have the Alt and left key of your mouse together, click and drag all them both together at the same time just to rotate. If you want to pan, same thing, hold the Alt key and click your mouse wheel. Okay, there is a button there if you don't know, so you click on it and pan. And if you like to zoom, hold down the Alt key and right click, hold and drag. Okay, now if you want to zoom, there is also the wheel which you can scroll and zoom. So this is just a basic explanation about how to move inside this work area. Without this, I'm sure you wouldn't be able to manage to start this tutorial. So let's actually start. Okay, and again, don't worry, I'm going to say what I'm clicking and what I'm doing, so you don't need any further okay, never mind. So let's start. First thing which I'm always doing when I'm starting Maya is go over shading and choose smooth wireframe. Okay, so click on it and then go over create Polygon Primitives and make sure that here, if you have a V sign like here, okay, but here if you have a V sign here, click on it so this V sign will be removed, and then this switch, this thing will allow you to click on any of the polygons here tab and just drop it instantly to your work area. So here we have a cylinder. Let's press 5 to see the shading. Okay, this is the basic shader and it's better not to modify it. Okay, the first one is the default one, which we usually not making any changes to it. If you want to change color, you create a new shader for it. Okay, so we will use a little bit of the here and there our pictures. I also will add them to the description and you can use them. So basically, let's just for a second bring this back and let's see what we have here. So we're going to start with this, okay, with this main pipe here, and there will be a lot of little parts that it's going to be a little bit tricky for you, but don't worry, I know which part's supposed to be where, and I'm gonna explain this to you and you will be fine, hopefully. So we'll start with this pipe with this cylinder here to create this pipe here. Okay, so first of all, right click, choose vertices. Okay, you right click and hold. Every time I'm right clicking, I'm holding and choose one of these on the menu. Okay, I'm still holding it, but I'm just dragging the mouse over one of those commands here. So we are going to choose vertices. Okay, vertex, and release, and then we will choose these and switch to the move tool. Okay, you see here we have the selection tool, the move tool, the rotate tool, and the scale tool. Okay, now these functions are basically for the shapes. It doesn't got to do with your point of view. Okay, it's just modify the objects here. So I'm going to switch to move tool. Now if you can see, if I'm hovering my mouse over the move tool here, you can see a W appear in the right corner of this announcement. Okay, so W is the short key for move tool, and here rotate tool is E, and the scale tool is R. Okay, and the selection tool is Q. So those who playing League of Legends probably know those keys, and this is basically how it goes. So when I want to choose any of those function, I'm using the hotkeys for them. So just be aware of that. Okay, I will say what I'm doing, but don't worry. But just I don't want you always go to this menu and choose those, because it's it's slow. It's just slowing things. So what I'm doing, I'm just grabbing this arrow here of the move tool, okay, and stretching it like that, and then you press F8 to toggle between modifying mode and object mode. So when you see blue wire edges like that, bluish, so that means that you are in modifying mode. You can shape this, and if you press F8 once or twice, it will toggle to green wireframe edges, yeah, and then it's basically on object mode, and all that you can do from here is just move it, scale it, and rotate it, okay, but not really deal with any of the geometry that this object has. So I hope that all of this info is not bugging most of you, but this is just for the beginning. So now what I want you to do, when you in this object mode, which you toggle with F8, okay, you can see I'm toggling it with F8, you hold down the shift key, right click, choose insert edge loop, and we are going to add 2 edge loops, one here. Okay, you just simply come here and click on one of those edges, click and hold, and just move your mouse back and forth, and just release it where you think it's supposed to be, something like here. Okay, I'm gonna add for each one of them another one. So one is here, very close to it, and one is here. Okay, like that. So right click, choose face, switch to selection tool with Q, click on this, okay, shift, double click on this, and this will loop select everything, okay, all this strip, and then you come over the Polygon tab and click on this icon, which is the Extrude button. You can also come over the mesh here and choose Extrude from here, but you want to come over this option box and reset the tool if you already worked with it. And another thing is to make sure that here at Edit Mesh you have keep faces together with V, okay? So now we can click on this one to extrude and pull this arrow, not the cube, the arrow, pull it like that, okay? I think something like that, that's enough. Okay, press F8 to bring it back to object mode, and now shift right click, insert edge loop. We will add 2 more edge loops, one here and one here, and one here, one here. Now, in case that things are going wrong, you know, maybe it should be more with more thickness. It's easy to grab all of this and change it. So we just need to learn how to approach this and do this. So for now, right click, choose edge, double click, switch to selection tool, okay, and double click on this edge so it will loop select it. See, you go over control right click, and let's see, maybe shift, yeah, shift right click and choose Bevel Edge. Okay, so this is what will happen with this edge, and keep it as like this. You can maybe come over here to the channel box. If it's not open, click on this, and if you wanna use the attribute editor and you think it's better, you can come over here and make sure you are at the Poly Bevel tab 1, and you can offset, change the offset for this to something like that, maybe add more segments, I don't know, it really depends on you, but this is it for this one. And let's just get back to the pictures we have so we can see what's going on here. So we have that flat area here, okay, this one, and it grows up, and here it's a little bit more thick at this area. Okay, so this is what we are going to do. Let's see the height also. Yeah, maybe it should be a little bit more higher. So right click, choose vertices, grab these vertices and switch to move tool, bring this a little bit up here, press F8 to bring it back to object mode, shift right click, insert edge loop. We will add one edge loop here like that, click on this, on selection tool, sorry, face, right click faces and choose those faces, and we can extrude it once. Okay, immediately switch, you see this gizmo, just switch to the scale tool, and you see there is a yellow cube here, so catch it, hold and drag a little bit to the right, so it will make it a little bit more thicker as we seen on that picture there. Okay, maybe a little bit more like this. You know what, I will undo that because that's not the appropriate way to do this. So I will just undo extrude, select those faces again. By the way, if you want to do any you made mistakes and you want to undo that, so Control Z, okay, and Command Z for Mac. Okay, so let's click extrude again, and this time we will use this Z arrow, okay, the Z arrow, so that way we can bevel it, extrude it like that, and this area here stays flat and in 180 degrees, like it were. Maybe there it's not much, but it's starting to point out the center here, but whatever. So yeah, that's enough for this, and let's take a look, see what we are missing here. Okay, now in Maya, whenever you want to make things smooth, there is a feature that we call it smooth preview. Okay, now in order to see things in smooth preview mode, you toggle between 1 and 3. Okay, you have numbers above your letters on your keyboard. So 1 is that mode, the mode that you see right now. Okay, and 3 is smooth mode. So I just clicked on 3, and this is what happened. Now it becomes smooth, but we don't want some parts of this object to be smooth like that. So basically what we are doing, we are adding more edges to maintain those areas. So you see here it's sharp. Okay, now the reason it's sharp here and still yet smooth in some, in some way, but not smooth as here. So this is because we add more edge loops at this area. So we need to do the same here to add more extra edge loops to maintain this area. So whenever we want to smooth this, it will look a little bit more as we want this to look. Okay, so I will press 1 to bring it back to this view. Okay, this mode, and this is how we do it. We come closer here to this area, shift right click, hold both of them together, of course, insert edge loop tool, and then release, and let's select the areas that we want those edges to be. So I'm clicking here and holding it, and release. Okay, now we will do this also for, you see this blue one, okay, the one that's already been here. So we want to make 2 in both sides, 1 here and 1 here. So I'm adding 1 more here. Don't make it to, don't attach them, just so it will be close enough. Okay, and then we will add 1 to this one from this side and 1 from this side, like this, and we're gonna do this also here. Oh, okay, sorry, like that, it's enough. And here we have a problem. You see we have a center vertex here, and because this is the center and we don't have any other loops in this on those faces, we need to do something in order to add 1 more edge loop at the top here. So this is how we are going to do this. We are gonna choose selection tool. Okay, sometimes I'm using those. Okay, right click, choose vertex, and we're gonna choose this middle vertex here. Go over edit mesh and choose chamfer vertex, and this is what will happen. Okay, so this creates this just expand this vertex to all of those edges that already been here. So it's like it says chamfering it, I don't know, and then press F8 to bring it back to object mode. And now that we have this one, we can add in between this one and this one 2 more. So shift right click, insert edge loop. We actually need only 1, so we'll add it here, click and hold and drag it so it will be much closer to this edge, like that. Okay, and then you can come, choose face, choose this face, and go over mesh and edit mesh and poke face. So it will make this blank area that was here in the center connected with everything that's already in this structure. Okay, now let's do the same over here. I think we've already added here. No, we have some missing thing here. So shift right click, I pressed F8 to toggle it to object mode. Shift right click, insert edge loop. I'm gonna add one edge loop here. We have a crow here, and we're gonna come over here, add for this edge one from the top like that, and one here, and guess what will be here? So we will need to do the same what we done earlier. Right click, choose vertex, switch to selection tool, grab this vertex, edit mesh, and chamfer vertex. Okay, right click, choose face. We will choose this face and edit mesh, poke face, press F8 to bring it back to object mode, and shift right click, insert edge loop. We want to add one more edge loop here. Okay, so this is how it should look like, something like that. It doesn't have to be equal or something. Okay, so this we almost done with this. So we have another thing to do, and it's first to examine this. So press 3 and let's see what will happen. So you see here there are very sharp edges, so that's okay. And here we have some kind of a smooth area, and that's fine with me. Okay, it's not bad, but you see the structure is already looked better than earlier. So everything is maintained. We have those sharp edges, and it looks like we should make it look okay. So the only thing that bothers me is some area here, which I'm not sure that I need this this edge. So I will press 1 to toggle this smooth preview off. Right click, choose edge, double click on this edge, and you see it loop selected it. Shift right click and delete edge, and now I will press 3, and this is how it looks. Now what I want you to do is double click and select this edge and just push it. Shift right click, okay, shift right click and choose slide edge to. When you choose this, you will get this message, drag the middle mouse button. So click on the middle mouse button and drag it from left to right or up to down. See what's going on here? So we want to get something not like that, but yeah, maybe I shouldn't touch this. Let's undo that. Press F8. Let's add one more edge loop instead. Insert edge loop. We will add this edge loop here. Okay, so it will look better like that. Yeah, that's correct. So this is it for this part, and we will continue the next part. Okay, and we will do the rest. Okay, so thank you for watching, and see you at the next part. Bye.